Tina.
You're gonna love it. It's just peace and relaxation and relentless pounding for like 6 days.
Don't forget about the beer.
Wow.
Place is amazing.
Sometimes you've known someone a really long time. You just want to kiss them just to see if they're a good kisser. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Whoa, whoa.
Boy, that's how people get themselves shot. It looks like you guys were having some kind of party last night.
She's sick. I'm not dying like that.
What are we dying?
I don't want to infect everyone.
No, any one of you could have it.
Them kids got disease. If cattle get sick, you gotta kill it before it spreads the rest of the herd.
Where are you going?
To get help.
I don't want to get sick. I don't want any of us to get sick.
Man, you're not looking so good.
I don't look so good!
We're all gonna get it. We're all gonna get sick.
Billy, please.
Neighborzilla, back at it again.
With Cabin Fever,
Cabin Fever.
the Eli Roth debut.
Eli Roth debut. 2002 horror comedy. Written and directed by Eli Roth, so good for him. Getting 2 checks here.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Ryder Strong, Jordan Ladd, James DeBello, Serena Vincent, Joey Kern, and Giuseppe Andrews.
Giuseppe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the story follows a group of college students who rent a cabin in the woods and begin to fall victim to a flesh-eating virus. And apparently this is all inspired by true events that happened to Eli Roth.
He went to Mongolia, I believe, and got a flesh-eating virus or something like that from a horse farm or some shit.
And was like fucked for like a couple weeks.
Yeah, and so he did he quote-unquote did like a crash course on skin viruses and like...
Yeah. Which I guess, I mean, you have all this newfound knowledge. I guess might as well put it into a fucking movie.
And it's an underutilized horror concept. I mean, they've done viruses before,
Of
but
course.
it was kind of new at the time.
I feel like in the next couple of years it won't be. I think there's going to be a whole new genre of just fucking virus shit after all this.
Yeah, right? You thought it stopped at the crazy?
Absolutely not. But, yeah, like we said, film come out in 2002 on a budget of $1.5 million. Box office raked in $30.5 million. So
yeah. Amazing.
Amazing for its time. Apparently, just like pre-production shit, like Eli Roth had a hard time getting this made because nobody wanted to bite on like a new horror property.
Well, the thing was, apparently he had favors he could cash in.
Yeah.
But no one wanted to cash in on the big favor.
On this.
It was like, the guy who did the soundtrack is, he's a relatively famous guy who's done a bunch of...
Nathan Barr.
Yeah. He's been used a lot, so he was like, I'll do the soundtrack for you for right at free, but I can't, fund it.
Yeah.
And that's how he kind of got things done, was just a lot of, favors here and there.
Which, absolutely, I mean, his first movie, you gotta do what you gotta do.
To have those connections, though.
Right. And,
was he Quentin's protege before or after this?
2002, I would imagine that had to be about the start, right?
I think so.
Because wasn't he in some of the he was in early Quentin?
I think the first one he was in was, I think Inglourious was his first one. But I know he'd been his protege because him and RZA were around during Kill Bill.
Yeah, I was about to say, and I know RZA did the whole soundtrack to Kill Bill because that was a big thing.
Yeah, they're both his proteges. RZA and Eli Roth kind of are under Quentin's wing. So I think he was either right under it or was about to be under his wing.
And for his directorial debut, I'll say it off top, this is twice as good as Tusk.
It's twice as good as Get Out.
comedy for this to be a horror comedy. Like, no, this is how you do it. This is how you do it.
The effects are wow.
This movie, like,
wow,
it's a serious tone throughout, but there's room for jokes. The jokes are tied in.
I kind of think it's the opposite. I think it's way more comedy tinged,
and seriousness
with just that that really surrealist sting coming eventually. Because it is really funny. I mean, it's a lot more comedy lines.
It is, especially the dialogue when you start getting into the interactions. And I think the premise lends itself to that, being college students.
Yeah, because you don't have that. I mean, other than the 3/4 of the film where tension's going to be there irregardless. Right. Where they start, quarantining themselves away from each other, jumping at each other more. Yeah, it's not like you have a killer in the woods. Because for a long time, it's the, just a homeless guy, Howard the Hermit, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Howard the Hermit is the, kind of where the story begins, right? So the story is him.
Yeah, he kind of is, he's kept away. So they don't have it yet. It's that really fun. It feels very Spring Breaky.
Does.
And like an MTV film. In certain ways.
It does. It does.
It's really weird. Like the comedies, it's almost, it's super like Grind. It really is. Beyond the fact that Sweet Lou's in it.
Sweet Lou's
in it. It's very Grind as far as like MTV, not MTV.
Yep.
But it's not as absurdist as like fucking Freddy Got Fingered.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not over the top in your face.
Yeah.
It still tries its best to tell a story.
Yeah, it's very congruent, at least.
Yeah. I guess that's the Quentin in him. That's the film.
The humor, though, is like you were saying, it's almost like from the get-go, the humor it's spot on. The bully kind of guy who shoots
backwards hat guy.
Yes, shoots the gay squirrels as he goes to F you, all that
Stupid
kind of shit.
Gay squirrels.
He's kind of like the jokester, but everyone else is very quippy too, because they're at the gas station.
Yeah.
Did you get him Fox Piss?
Exactly.
Well, he's making a joke dialogue, but then someone's making a joke about this and that, so everyone is just sparring.
Yeah.
But it's the awkward humor too, because the gas station is just, my God.
The gas station may be one of the most pivotal scenes in the movie, honestly.
It is.
And it's one of the most pivotal parts.
It is.
Locations, because it's kind of the hub center for this little remote cabin thing. So everyone goes to this one store. It's not many people, but there's a whole community built around it.
Yeah, that and it flips its head.
Yeah.
You think what am I cabin in the woods, the unfriendly gas station attendant, Texas Chainsaw.
Yep.
The unfriendly gas station attendant.
Exactly. Don't go down that road.
What's the other one? Hills Have Eyes.
Hills Have Eyes. Yeah.
There's
always a gas station. It's like, oh, you shouldn't go there.
Yeah, they make the guy overtly friendly until you find out you think he's racist.
Yeah, he's almost like Howard is it Howard Herman, the old guy from Family Guy? He's almost too nice.
Herbert. Yeah, Herbert. The
yeah, there he is. Herbert the pervert. Ha, that's funny. I just caught that.
Oh, really?
No, yeah.
I hate you so much.
I know it. Yeah. Hey, you said Spring Break. This movie actually.
Oh, it did? I felt it, right?
No, it's like the time period that they're there is to celebrate Spring Break.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it looked like it was supposed to come out the same weekend as Spring Break.
Yeah.
So real college kids were going there in Cancun to go see this film. It felt like it was supposed to get very in-universe meta.
Yep. But do you want to talk about any of the actors? No one too famous in this movie.
I mean, the Ryder Strong, Boy Meets World, Girl Meets World now. Yep. The guy who played Sweet Lou, Grind. That's literally all I know him from.
Right. And I think that's about it.
I mean, and Eli Roth.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not really important because they're literally in the cast are known as the kids.
Exactly.
It's really not important to talk about the actors. I mean, it is, but we said their names and.
And Serena Vincent at the time was supposed to be one of the next chicks to go. She was in Not Another Teen Movie and kind of those early Stuck in the Middle, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
Which fucking one is that?
She was the Yellow Ranger. You don't remember Lost Galaxy?
Maybe. Oh, they had the
stupid zigzags on their
okay. Yeah. The Charlie Brown ones.
Yeah.
The motorcycle ones.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Those were terrible. They tried to like literally rip off Power Rangers in space, but
yeah, it was like Power Rangers Space and like fucking Reboot.
Yeah, it was pretty trash.
But no, I just want to talk about the action and like the comedy.
Yeah, because there's not, like we said, not a lot of big names in this. Eli Roth was actually going to play.
One of the kids.
Yeah, no, Giuseppe Andrews is he's the
bully, I think.
No, he's the fucking cop. The sheriff. Okay. I'm sorry.
The party guy.
I couldn't come up with sheriff. But yeah, he was going to be that role, but they said he liked that dude, so he just ran with him.
No, he was good. I like his cameo though. He's in this and Hostel.
Yeah.
And I think that Dave England or Robert Englund movie. It's like 2000 and something Maniacs.
Yeah.
That he plays the same character, whatever his name is, in Dr. Mambo the dog.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's a doctor of, right?
What?
Being a dog.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's Eli Roth's little line. I like because he pops up like it's weird. They like have this tension because I guess at the time you didn't quite know it was a flesh-eating virus.
Yeah.
So you're still like stuck in the stigma of like maybe a killer. So they're like telling these ghost stories at the campfire, and they're talking about like bowling alley one where another weird Eli Roth like cameo because it's like a cameo of him in the story, and then like 10 seconds later he makes a cameo in the movie.
His brother Adam Roth is in this as well as, and I quote, the happy bald guy. So he must not even have lines.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God. Okay, so that's not Eli.
No, that's his brother.
Okay.
Adam.
Because that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, the bowling alley, happy smiling guy.
Yeah.
Wow, they look stupidly similar. Are they twins? Or is it just a really strong genetic, like the Ellen genetic?
It doesn't say here, but they do look alike. I do have...
Yeah, because I was like, I thought it was weird that he did a cameo and then 2 seconds later he did a cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the bowling alley though. The it was just this overtly friendly guy and he smashed everyone's head in.
Yeah.
He was like playing fucking bowling with like the organs and shit. Just so there was a hook on the door. Like that. It's so over dramatic. But yeah, he pops up and like scares him.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Apparently, while filming this, Ryder Strong got lost in the woods, covered in blood.
I heard he got like almost froze to death
and walked up on like a school field trip of 35 kids.
Oh no!
Covered head to toe in blood and like genuinely disoriented because he didn't know where the fuck he was. And they lost their shit. And then when they helped him, they thought he was dying.
Yeah,
cleaned him up. They lost their shit again because he's from Boy Meets World.
That's why I was curious. I was like, did they immediately recognize him as Sean being murdered?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That should be a horror movie.
So that in and of itself should have been the movie. Just put a camera on fucking this dude.
Yeah, why is a kid not like remake? That would be a story I'd remake into a movie. Like,
no shit.
You run across like
some famous
Jupe.
Yeah, some famous fucking
the kid sheriff is coming up.
Why are you covered in blood?
The two white singers, Sean Hunter. That's insane.
It is.
I didn't hear about that. I heard about the dog.
Yeah.
The dog was apparently like they had like 3 dogs.
Yeah, it was the dog from a movie. Let me see. I just read that.
Yeah, it was Stand By Me?
Because he hired the dog, Patrick Swayze's black dog.
Okay.
It was the same dog. He hired the dog sight unseen just so he could be that closely associated with Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, because I heard they had like trouble with the dog. It was super unferocious and not convincing.
Yeah, so they had to try several times to even get it to bite.
Yeah, the one they did get was holy shit.
It was a police dog. It was too much.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like a real police dog.
Yeah, it was like 180 fucking tackling Sean Ryder and shit.
They were like, no, we cannot do this.
Yeah. Yeah, the dog was a huge problem apparently.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't know. I knew it was some movie dog, and he like purposely got it just because
it's the best dog ever.
Yeah, the dog paid cheers.
Paid like all this money to get this dog flown in here with its handler. It's like this dog's 30 years old. And like,
yeah, it was like too fat and too friendly at that point.
Hadn't been in a movie since like '89. It said.
Nice. Yeah, I knew the dog was some sort of drama.
Another fun fact: Peter Jackson frequently stopped the Lord of the Rings filming to show this movie.
Wait, isn't he? He is. He's on the fucking cover. He does a review on the DVD. You pointed out. You're like, he says it's bloody good or some shit.
Yeah.
What, I have it in front of me. An unrelenting, gruesomely funny bloodbath. I love it.
Yeah. So apparently it fucking tickled his itch or something.
Well, he had a horror when he first started.
A failed horror career.
Fucking horrible. Yeah, like I think he did Brain Dead and shit. And I've tried watching them. They're not funny. They're not.
He thinks Lord of the Rings every time he goes to sleep at night.
Right.
Because if he would have had to be stuck there, he would have did Cabin Fever 2 through 10.
But what a compliment.
Right?
The pedigree this guy, like, uncoincidentally has, like, oh, he's Quentin's protege. Peter Jackson loves his fucking movies.
Right?
He stopped Lord of the Rings to play this for Frodo.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like it says throughout. It says, stopped it 3 times throughout the recording of the Return of the King for the entire crew. He was so enthusiastic about it. That is insane.
Damn. Can you imagine, like, the third time around, like, dude.
We know what's happening.
It's not. It's
a virus, right?
It's good.
Pete,
I can't.
It's still a flesh-eating virus. Did you change the plot?
Right.
We get it.
Can I remove chainmail or something like this?
Tell Eli to just put it to the theaters. It's cool. You can put the movie out now.
Like we get
fucking Elijah Wood's like about to go hang himself.
Right? I can't do it. I can't do it, Sam.
Yeah. Sam, one more fucking Cabin Fever.
But it is a great film. I think it might be his best.
It's like too smart for itself on the surface.
I mean, it kind of is because it's so well done.
Yeah.
And it's so subversive in like its humor and its darkness.
True meaning, even. Like, the whole movie, you're like, what the fuck's going on? Because I remember I went and seen this in theaters with my mom. Mm-hmm. And, like, the defining memory is my mom hated this fucking movie. Coming from a slasher horror film lover.
Yeah.
And she saw Horribly Terrifying. She's like, all right, well, people are going to die. Cabin Fever. Someone's going to kill everyone, right? No, nothing like that happened. Totally disappointed. Totally missed the mark for her. And I was too young to even get it, really.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like, the skin peeling and the
effects. Prosthetics and makeup are amazing. The
amount
lips
of blood
moving.
That you could tell the Quentin rubbed off. Pour blood and everything.
Right.
Just, if you think it's enough blood, it's not.
It's not.
People
Close your eyes.
bleed a lot, Eli. You gotta understand that. People bleed
it's a head wound?
lot. Yeah.
It needs to squirt. We forgot to mention the, what's his name? Danny? The Karate Kid. Pancakes.
Oh, yeah, it's Danny. Danny, Karate Kid Pancakes.
It's good.
Real early in the movie, like what, first 15 minutes? Like as soon as they get to the little store.
Yeah, before they even get to the store, they sit next to him and he bites them. He's like, everyone knows not to sit next to him.
Yeah, it's like, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
How would I know that?
And they mentioned, like, put up a sign. And at the end of the movie, there's a sign, don't sit next to Danny.
That's the best. That they actually put up a sign.
Yeah.
That is the
best.
Like
when What's-His-Face goes back to, like, get help after everyone's been, like, virused out. And he's, like, just looking for help. And the kid just, pancakes!
Yeah, he's like, what? No.
Pancakes!
No fucking pancakes, kid. What are you talking about?
He starts backflipping.
He stands up and does, like, he would beat Daniel LaRusso's ass in Karate Kid. Like, he would not want to smoke with this weird little redneck on his bench.
Just, wait till this dojo gets brought in.
Cobra Kai season
Pancake
7.
House, bro.
Oh, shit. I'm with it.
But, yeah, it's fucking... I can't say it. It's so fucking funny.
It is.
And the gore it's so spot on. It feels like too much, but it's not. I think the most too much scene is the deer.
The deer, yeah.
Because at that point, it's like...
Because that's kind of a throwaway interaction.
It is.
It's like, oh, it's another twist to keep you back in. It's like, oh, he's going to get away.
Yeah.
Boom. No, you're not.
It's better than him waking up and it was all a dream, but the deer is...
Yeah.
The deer is just so fucking over the top, but it's good.
Fun fact, this set the record for Lionsgate Films for profit for like...
Yeah, 1.5 to 30 is...
Yeah, 1.5 to 30. Only to be unseated a couple years later by Saw.
I was going to say by Lord of the Rings, Return of the King?
Because Saw was like a budget of $1.5 million. It did like fucking 60, 70, I believe. I forgot, I just read it. But Saw went nuts. Saw took...
Yeah, but I mean... they're very comparable. They are actually very, very comparable. I was about to say they're kind of not, but they are both like were a new idea and a fresh take on the horror franchise to an extent. Like I said, viruses have done before, traps have been done before, but Yeah, no, it's a good way to be outtaken. I wouldn't be mad.
Mm-hmm. And Eli Roth is said with credit in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Last House on the Left, and The Evil Dead. And of course, David Lynch is like a overhand, kind of taught him a lot of what he put into this film. He's not credited anywhere, but he just kind of did it looking out for him. Yeah. So that's cool.
Oh yeah, the cabin alone is.
Glass house on the left.
He made it very iconic without like using a direct reference to using the Evil Dead. You know, he was like, I don't want a basement in the floor, but like,
gotta have.
If you remove the rug, there might be a basement kind of thing.
There's a squeaky board.
Yeah.
Every house has that.
Yeah,
fucking Inglourious Bastards.
Well, it's like the house in Nope. Like it's made to be iconic. It's made to look like a Hitchcockian house.
Yep.
But it's not the Bates Motel.
I kind of blame this cover and this house for this whole string of movies that we now have. The Last House on the Left, The Last Cabin in the Back, The House at the End of the Street.
Well, Last House on the Left is old and shit.
Yeah, but all the other ones that are named the same thing with a house and a road, it's dark and creepy.
You can just blame Wes Craven.
Pretty much. Because, like, the house really isn't the thing, though, with this. And that's so iconic as the cover. Yeah. And, like, everyone took that. Every horror movie I've ever seen has a creepy house with trees.
Well, that and the skull.
Oh, yeah.
Can we make a skull out of not a skull? I think my favorite is Shrooms.
Shrooms, yeah.
It's got like the 3 little mushrooms that are making the skull.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also a very, like, might be a direct reference to Cabin. Wow, I'm about to say Cabin in the Woods. Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever, Cabin in the Woods.
I think it is, because, it's a very down, homey, low budget, surrealist horror without there being a killer. What was your favorite death? Do you, like... or not, I guess not even death, but, like, gore scene.
I'm gonna go... I like old dude sitting in the chair. That whole sequence.
Oh,
it's like, got you fuckers,
in the end,
they shoot him.
Where the gas station people come to attack.
And it's like the whole, this triggers this, because screwdriver to the ear.
The Rube Goldberg of just death. He shoots them, they shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
The other person takes a shovel, takes out the shooter, then takes out the ear. And
all of that. And like the last guy thinks he gets away scot-free and the dude stabs him.
Oh my god, yeah.
And if you ever got to take somebody out, I imagine that's probably one of the most efficient ways.
Yeah, it's... I mean, even if you miss...
Doesn't matter.
It's in the neck or the head.
You're fucking something up.
Yeah, you're getting...
a lot of soft tissue right there that you could just wreck.
Or just dense, and even if once you crack that, it's kind of...
Hit him with the handle there, it's going to hurt. Like, right. Ow.
Yeah. I think... I'd probably go with the same one, because I was thinking, like, the... Got you fuckers.
Got you fuckers. Or I was actually going to say Sweet Lou. Because he takes his beer.
His death.
Takes his beer, he goes and hides in the woods. I want beer, you fuckers.
I love it.
And he comes back and he's like, oh my god, everyone.
He keeps like napkin over his face the whole time.
Yeah.
And I love it because he's walking through the house. At this point, everyone is dead. Ryder Strong has been taken out.
Oh, yeah.
The bullies, da-da-da-da-da.
The girls have coughed up blood.
Yeah, so he's like walking through the viscera. He's like literally almost wading in organs at this point. And he's just like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then it's just like, I fucking made it.
Yeah, and he just takes it down and he throws it in. Oh man.
Yeah,
he's
he runs
still
out.
standing in the same location.
Did he, you mentioned the films he quoted. Was Night of the Living Dead?
No, he didn't say that one in particular, but he just kind of listed like off his favorite.
Because, What's His Face's death is super reminiscent of the end of Evil Dead. Or not even, god damn it.
I'm about to say Evil Dead's
I
list.
hate
Night of the Living Dead.
I hate horror movie names.
Yeah,
Everything's dead or cabin or left or...
Night,
like
Dead, Left Cabin, Moon.
You left the knife in the cabin in the woods. And
I think we just named the next fucking best series ever.
But yeah, because the guy walks out and you obviously think he made it. And that's the thing that happens to the black guy at the end of the film.
Yeah.
He's the last survivor in the house and he's about to go for help and they just shoot him because they think he is a zombie. So I think that's a reference to it. I think it has to be.
Yeah.
But I like that too. I'm a big fan of the fingering.
Oh yeah,
where he's like finger blasting her thigh wound. Dude, the fuck.
It was kind of unrealistic though, because why wasn't she reacting?
I don't know. Like, is your skid dead at that point?
Is it?
So
is
you
that
don't
just what it
feel
is?
it? You
It's
just
like
feel like the
super...
pressure? I don't know.
Yeah.
That
was a good one.
It was so iconic.
And I mean, obviously the bathtub, the shaving.
Yeah,
that's.
I mean, it's the fucking DVD menu, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah,
it's literally the menu. It's just a bunch of scabs, and you put the Band-Aid over the... Oh, it's so good.
Oh.
And we have to talk about the special features alone.
Oh, yeah.
Make the DVD... Even if you don't like the movie.
The best.
He has a family version, which is like 10 seconds long.
Yeah, it's literally just them driving to the exit and getting off, and that's the movie.
He's got the rotten fruit, which is...
The best
just
mini skit of all time. That should be... If YouTube was around back then,
it was made
that
for
would
it.
have went.
It was made for it.
Yeah, like he would have made this budget back off of that mini.
Just
just that little
views and numbers. Yeah. He would have been like the first 1 million view video.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the other one? He has a good behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
A really good one.
Yeah, and I think it's because he's so personable. Eli Roth himself.
He's personable and he likes it. I think he likes to watch special features and he likes behind the scenes pictures.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a lot of, like,
because he's like a nerd for it himself, so he's like, well, I'm going to give you all of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like the budget wasn't that big anyway, so he didn't do a whole lot, so he could show you everything. Like, no, this is where we bought the cameras, this is where we loaded the truck. Yeah. Like, it's very compact, the entire process, I feel.
Yeah, because I watched a couple of dog scenes where they have a whole little arc where they talk about the issues.
Yeah.
And they show the police dog, and it's like, holy shit.
It's like steroid fucking...
You see Eli Roth's
super soldier
impression, because, like, he's like, this dog isn't working, the other one.
Yeah. Like, oh, fuck.
And, like, so we got this other dog, and it just cuts to him watching the footage, and he's just like, oh.
Like, that's a little too much.
In between. So, yeah, it's just, you see his, like, live reaction, and it's like, what the fuck?
And Angelo Badalamenti is actually the composer we were talking about earlier, who gave Eli Roth a bunch of music.
Does he work with Dario Argento?
I think so.
I'm thinking Demons.
Mulholland Drive, Straight Story, Blue Velvet, Twin Peaks.
Oh, so he's a
David Lynch guy. Yeah, he's been around. He's been.
Have you seen Blue Velvet?
I haven't.
Oh, that's weird.
Is it?
Dennis Hopper is in it.
Oh wow,
it's a weird one. It's probably one of Lynch's most groundable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Mulholland Drive, I hate it personally, but it's just weird.
And Eli Roth, apparently such a big nerd, he found the dude that made the music for Last House on the Left in the 70s and bought a song that was supposed to be played and plays it on the radio in this movie.
Okay.
So it's kind of a...
maybe that's the song that's playing in the beginning when they're riding. It's that Fun Chipper one?
Might be.
I think it's that one, because that seems like a very juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like something they'd use in Last House.
Yeah, and that's from the 70s. So.
And I like that he's a big fan of that one, because I'm a big fan of Wes Craven's early work. I don't like his mid work.
Right. And that's kind of the work that gets spoke.
Did you know the whole, like, thing about Last House? Apparently it was a movie theater like company.
Yeah.
Instead of buying the rights to a movie, they were going to make their own in-house movies.
Yeah.
So they just like found him and were like, "Do you want us to make a movie?"
Last House on the Left.
The caveat has to be it's horror.
Oh, okay.
So apparently it wasn't even supposed to be like caught on mainstream. It was only supposed to be at these like 10 or 30
local
theaters.
Movie house. Yeah. That's cool.
And I think the problem was it became a hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fun little thing. Which very speaks to very Eli Roth right now, like in this Cabin Fever. I keep wanting to say Cabin the fucking Woods.
Yeah.
You mentioned it once, and it's like, well, now it's
Cabin Fever Woods.
It's like the apes and monkeys. But yeah, it's such a fucking fun movie.
It really is.
There's not much to say about it. It's so fun. It's gory.
And really, like the whole plot is Henry the Hermit's walking. He finds his dead dog. Dog's dead from an infection. He doesn't know that, but the whole time these kids are coming into town.
Yeah, Henry gets the fever.
Yeah, he gets it. He dies. He ends up in the water supply, which is how everyone else gets it.
And that's the body Ryder falls onto.
Yeah. I don't know if they ever actually say it's him, but it's definitely him. It's him.
It's a burnt up body, right?
It's a burnt body. How many bodies get burned here?
Yeah.
This movie has a lot of red state connotation to it, where like the local police is trying to like keep this under wraps.
Oh yeah,
because they know it's a virus.
It becomes an executive order very quickly.
So then that's why they're just wiping these kids
which
out.
Which is fun. You don't see it often.
And like at the end, one of the last scenes, they're just piling the bodies up to burn them.
Which again is like that whole like little bit is like the crazies.
Yeah.
And the crazies is a virus that's in the water from the military and
makes sense.
They're sent to take out the town.
Exactly.
It's weird. He has these little hallmarks of movies he's been a fan of, and he homages them almost continually, but in a fun way.
But like pound for pound, Kevin Smith should never make another horror comedy movie. That genre should be left to Eli Roth.
No, yeah. As far as like I said, horror comedies, I want to consider that's like the three food groups. There's like Get Out, Cabin Fever, or Tusk. I think this might be better than Get Out because it's just more fun. It's just more gory.
This knows what it's supposed to be. Get Out tried to be something it wasn't. Get Out tried to be socially impactful.
Which it was. He was going for that, but
it aimed for that.
Yeah.
This was just tongue in cheek. We're gonna play.
Exactly.
We're gonna play. This is horror. This is comedy. Shake them up in a bag.
Yeah, it's just so much better. Like you said, pound for pound. I hate to say it's a better film, but it's just I would put this in way more and watch it way more than Get Out.
And when we put it in that category of those movies like that, it just opens up. It's like, oh, I understand the movie
again.
now.
Yeah,
I'm not comparing it to Freddy vs. Jason. I'm not comparing it to Halloween or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's elements of them to this, but it's also a joke.
Yeah, so it's not even like because you would want to think like, oh, you'd compare it to a Quentin. No, because Quentin doesn't do horror comedies. The only thing you could say would be From Dusk Till Dawn, but that's neither his debut film. It's not Robert Rodriguez's debut film. So you have to go in a horror comedy debut. That's just to me that like the three Venn diagram. Like it's good and cheap, or expensive, and you can only have two of them. It can't be all three.
Mm-hmm. The scene that stuck with me the most from the first time I watched this movie in theaters was the drifter. When he walks up to him and they're at the fire early on, when they first get there the first night, and he's covered in blood. Because immediately, I don't know why, I guess I was so young, I thought this was going to be like a zombie movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, he's close to a zombie. I mean...
So, like, you see that and you're like, oh, yeah, this shit's about to start. And then it's like, it didn't take the next step. But like I said, I was just so young, I perceived it wrong.
I actually, that's a scene I remember when I was young, too, is that same exact scene, but differently because I was how viscerally the teens just attack and kill this man. It was like, holy shit. Because, it's within like 2 seconds, they're beating the shit out of him with baseball bats. They're lighting him on fire.
Yeah.
He just gets in a truck and they start shooting at him. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's almost as comical as Sweet Lou's death when he walks out at the very end, and all three cops literally just empty their guns at him. Like he's clearly dead.
Oh, you even see someone like reloading. Yeah.
Like he was dead 30 bullets ago.
Yeah, it's so good.
But like you're saying, the speed at which these kids all come up with to beat the shit out of this dude.
It's so good. Yeah, 'cause I can't even now think of a movie like that where it's like they just
kill him,
turn on.
It's like
but it was so quick, especially at a young age, just watching the teens that you're supposed to root for just beating the shit out of a homeless man.
So good.
Yeah, set him on fire.
Fuck that bum. That bum actually for change yesterday.
Don't let his dog escape either. It's so good. Within 10 seconds, they're beating the shit out of this man.
And there's like a whole weird Cujo scene where like the dude's fixing the truck and the dude with the rifles in the back. And he's like, you gonna kill the dog? He's like, oh no, if he gets closer, I'll shoot him.
I got it if it gets closer. He's just taking pot shots.
It's like, what are you doing?
I like it. It's so good.
Sweet Lou.
He's the best in it. He's the best character.
Man.
I like that he just disappears and you forget about him until he falls out of the bush and he's all hungover and shit and he's just walking through the gore and he's just like, I made it.
Yeah.
I fucking made it. And he just gets instantly hailed in bullets. It's the best thing for him.
So good.
Yeah, I like it because that's probably like the best death as far as like summing up the movie. Where it's horror and comedy lines up because it's such a funny scene, but it's really not.
No, it's
really
not.
Was like he
lived. He was genuine.
Well, he didn't have the disease, as far as I know. Like, he still had no signs, and that by this point, if you had it, everyone's already dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, clearly he didn't have the disease. He did make it, and just instantly. That's the most sum up of the movie. Like,
so
the
good.
bum getting the shit kicked out of him is just terrible, but the Sweet Lou death is just to see him just like, I made it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't give a shit the whole time. He's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, he gives up on this whole movie.
Yeah.
He's like, he grabs his beer, which is Selfish Prick Ale or something. Is the brand.
Is it?
Yeah, like on top of the refrigerator.
Nice.
And he just goes and hides in the woods. He gets drunk and just lives in the woods for the night.
He's fucking Sean Hunter and the girl are like, they're trying to like, oh, we can help her. And he's like, you guys are fucking touching her and fucking wiping your faces. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Peace.
Yeah, he just disappears like a good...
The movie.
Good 30, 40 minutes of the
He's
film.
going for the fucking film.
It's so good.
Comes back and everyone's dead. And he's sad for like 35 minutes.
The best joke, the vinegars, where they ask what the rifle's for, and at the end, where they start walking in, and he just like disappears.
Oh,
and you're like, oh shit!
No, he's gonna kill him. Yeah.
And they have the horror sting too. It's got that like, and he just walks up.
You think it's gonna be? You're just not gonna see anything, but you're gonna hear gunshots or something. Like he's gonna set up the next movie, and the old man was in on it the whole time.
Something again because the town's corrupted.
Yeah. And then it ends with a fucking, if that ain't the biggest Quentin joke of all
It's the
time.
best. Oh, what's up, my homies?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Then it has a nice little like deliverance jig at the end, and just like the whole town's getting lemonade.
Yeah.
Did you notice the lemonade stand has a health notice at the end?
Yeah.
It's got a fucking warrant.
So good.
Oh, it's good. What would you rate this? Is 9? Because I'm probably gonna go 8.5.
For what? Yeah. Because like we always say, for what it is, you have to grade according to. Like we can't compare this to fucking Halloween or Alien or.
No, it's not.
It's
not a slasher.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that, but yeah, for what it is, it's compact. It's short to the point. It's barely an hour and a half long.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like, because the whole time I'm thinking like, oh, the movie's just briskly going by, but like, they're not missing any plot points. Nothing's rushed. It's just like there's no extra because, like I said, there's no one stalking the woods. There's no
bad guy.
Yeah, you don't have to explain anyone's backstory.
It's just water. So for that, I give it like an 8.5, 9. Like it's so good pound for pound. Like would never be on a greatest movie of all time list. But for what it is, it's
it would, watching. But you have to be in that narrow, like, okay, early 2000s, debut, low budget, blah, blah, blah.
A lot of filters going to get that at the top of the list.
But I don't know, probably like a top 20 horror in my opinion.
Possibly. I wouldn't have it.
Not quite top 10.
Like, without thinking about it too hard, it would be up there because of its originality for me. Yeah. Like the whole plot itself, like, we've seen dumb kids in a fucking cabin before. We've seen spooky woods. Yeah. But it didn't play on the normal tropes.
But it also, like, it turned things on its head, but it also didn't, like...
How many times did you think the dog was going to kill everybody? Every fucking time you heard a dog bark.
Yeah.
Cujo and all these fucking things we've already seen. It's
but you do get it. You do get the good dog payoff.
I mean, yeah, you do. Green Room, get it. Like, you see a dog, you expect a dog. Yeah. Like,
it does kind of feel like Green Room.
A little
now
bit.
that you, like, mentioned, like, just as far as, like, a vibe.
Yeah, the simplicity of it is very reminiscent of Green Room.
Yeah, it's like you're in this 1-2 location area. Well, it's more like one location than, like, a sub-area.
One event, one day, one take. This is a one-off.
With a lot of familiar faces, though.
You'd have came to this cabin 6 months earlier, nothing would happen.
Nothing happened, exactly.
Like, 6 months later, who knows? Like, but
yeah, very wrong place, wrong time.
Very wrong place, wrong time.
But yeah, I think it's a great fucking film, and I think it's one of Eli's best. I don't like the Hostels.
That's just pretty much gore porn.
Yeah, right? even Green Inferno. It's only good because it's pretty much a Cannibal Holocaust remake.
Yeah, it's the making of Cannibal Holocaust.
Cannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onomatopoeia.
But yeah, it's so fucking fun.
It is.
It's one of those things where you can't take away just the amount of fucking. You can just turn it on any time and be in a good mood.
Right. and it's so digestible. It's not that long. Definitely worth watching.
And the budget and the effects are outweighed.
Oh God! Yeah.
I would never have expected this low budget to breathe this amount of makeup skill.
Because I would imagine the setting didn't cost a lot. They probably just rented a cabin, right? Just rented a cabin and
I would think
found this one little spot. So you're
and
talking
it's no
about,
IP you have to buy.
You're talking about a couple $1,000s. Yeah, it's called Cabin Fever. What the fuck is that? It's a whole new franchise.
Yeah.
It's its own thing. So I imagine most of that $1.5 million went to prosthetics and effects and
just follow us. Neighborzilla at Instagram and Neighborzilla_ at Twitter.
Yep. That's us. And on YouTube.
We are on YouTube.
We are on YouTube
Neighborzilla.
Neighborzilla.